Assessing English Language Learners, presented by Emily Ramada. What is the purpose of IPT, WIDA, and CELA? IPT, the Idea Proficiency Tests, are oral tests, reading and writing language proficiency tests created by Ballard and T. These tests are language proficiency assessments meant to gauge a student's grasp on English. These assessments are for students in grades pre-K to 12th grade. WIDA uses a standards framework of 5 parts to emphasize the principles of language development. Acknowledging the diverse linguistic resources, WIDA draws on the philosophy of how diverse each student is in their own way of learning. CELA, the Comprehensive English Language Learning Assessment, is a test that examines the student's English proficiency. This assessment examines listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The teacher administers the test, one-on-one. What are the differences in language, giftedness, and special education needs of English language learners? English language learners are as varied as any group of learners. They come from all walks of life and have their own varied skill sets. Historical events. The Bilingual Education Act passed in 1968. Immigrants were coming into the country in droves, and this act directly acknowledges the needs of young immigrants to be assisted in learning English. In 1990, the consent decree came into fruition as a way to gauge that students were not being discriminated against and being properly assessed in schools. Certain accommodations should be given to English language learners. Providing differentiated instruction is essential in assisting ELLs' special educational needs. Teachers should differentiate the way the content is shown, the way the student is learning the content, and the way the student can demonstrate their mastery. Scaffolding and providing context clues. ELLs should have a helpful peer tutor assigned. The teacher should give verbal information accompanied by visual presentation as often as possible to provide context clues. Also, giving alternative instruction to ELLs whenever lessons are complex. Enhancing instruction for ELLs. Here are just a few examples that teachers may use to engage ELLs during centers. These online language-based games are filled with illustrations and audio feedback. These interactive resources provide technological training as well as the needed vocabulary for new English learners. To assist ELLs, teachers can use a student's home language combined with several methods to promote their language development. Using the student's literacy in their home language, teachers may draw from phonological and linguistic awareness the student already has and relate it to English. For example, plurals: apple, apples, manzana, manzanas.